What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Swiftcoin today. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. Happy 4th of July to the Swifties out there. It is the 4th of July. Here we are with about 2 days, 7 hours left in the week here. 10 cents, sorry, soon enough. 1 cent is the price. 1.04 cent is the price. And looking at this here on the daily time frame, let's see. Let's try to zoom this in a little bit. Wow, that's pretty. It's not bad. I'm just saying, like I can't see the MACD. It's pretty like off the charts and then on the charts. Looking at this here on the daily time frame, I think that we are in a little bit of a bearish posturing. We might go a little bit lower. That doesn't mean that we go below this low, but that just means that we might go a little bit lower here, right? We're down 1.5% on the day. Bitcoin itself is down 1.8%, so you're holding up well, right? Nobody likes it that Swiftcoin doesn't pump as hard as certain coin does whenever the whole market's pumping, but at least, hey man, at least it's stable whenever the rest of the market's dumping, right? There's nobody that wants to sell it here. Everybody that wants to sell Swiftcoins has probably already sold it, man, and that's probably why you're not moving down so much in the face of this overall danger in the markets. Donald Trump is going to sign the big beautiful bill into effect at 5 p.m. Eastern time, so that should be, I don't know, it's like 4 hours from now, right? No. Yes, 4 hours and like 7 minutes from now, actually. And I think that we will probably dump going into that. I think that we will dump going into that. And then probably recover. Today's Friday, so we'll recover next week. I think next week will be a good week to recover. But we're just going to dump, end off the week on this kind of dumping note. And that's okay. That's okay. 1 hour time frame here. Looking at the 1 hour time frame. A little bit of a gap down here, so you will fill that gap at some point. You will come back up. Looking at the stochastics, you are in the oversold zone. MACD, you are crossing below the zero line here. So I do believe that you're going lower, right? You're fresh cross into the oversold, fresh cross below the zero. RSI is about to get oversold. I do believe you go lower. If you go up to like 1.063 cents, don't get too excited. You're probably just filling that gap and then moving down, but you might not fill that gap before moving lower. I mean, here, let's just see. Are there any other gaps up here that you have? There's kind of a gap right there, kind of. I mean, here, you had a gap, but you kind of filled it still. I'm just saying you don't have to fill a gap immediately. You can take your time and fill it later, right? Like that's all I'm trying to say. So, but sometimes you do fill it more immediately than not because it's just easier to do. So if you get something like that, don't get too excited, right? Bitcoin might have a little uptick here and then go down afterwards. So again, don't get too excited. From a low point here to a high point here. We're at the golden ratio, so coming up and filling that gap wouldn't be unexpected at all. Golden ratio to the 382 and then down is a very common maneuver to make. So hey, right there, looking at the 1 hour RSI, I mean, I still stand with it. You're in a bearish posturing now, but we're about to end this hour. Maybe to start off the next hour, we move up and then we come down. Maybe it's a wick to the upside, something like that. 4 hour time frame here. Still expecting that you go lower though, right? I am expecting that we see prices that are down just below 1 cent. Not quite at $0.0095, but between 1 cent and $0.0095, I would say. Anything and everything in between there is fair game. That's my guess. 4 hour MACD looking a little bit weak here. Stochastics are wanting to come down. It's probably going to be a boring weekend for Swiftcoin. And with that boring weekend, you'll just like slowly move down. That'll give these indicators some time to get oversold, get to the oversold zone, give some bullish divergence maybe on the MACD, and then you'll be able to grow from there. Right, that's the expectation. Somebody was asking if my thoughts on Swiftcoin are still the same, if I think it's going to go to new all-time highs. Yes, absolutely. I very much do believe it will see new all-time highs. If you're paying attention, if you're on X and you go to Swift blockchain, they're making developments and stuff all the time. I mean, you can just read your heart out here. Or, of course, go to the website itself right here. Wait, dap.bridgers.xyz. Is this it? I thought it was a different domain. Oh, that's cool. That's pretty cool. So you can just swap. right through here. This is not the, that's nice. No, that's not the main website though. You type in like Swift blockchain and that should take you to the main website. But I'm just saying you can do your research, man. There's a lot of development going on. For anybody who's paying attention, you probably are aware as to why there's not that much selling pressure here. Yes, we're down 7% this week, but a lot of altcoins are down a little bit more than that even. So I wouldn't be too discouraged. From a low back in August to the high here, our relative low, you found support at the 618. If you're finding support now at the 0.5, it's just a matter of time before you go higher and build higher. Once you get above about 2 cents, you should see the floodgates open and rip and run all the way up to new all-time highs. The targets that we're going for are something around like 7.7 cents to 14.6 cents, right? That's my expectation at least. So, I'm sorry, guys. That's the primary target, right? You should see, once this happens, again, you should see the floodgates open and you'll go somewhere in this range, but that's not where you're going to stop, right? You might find a momentary stopping point there, consolidate, but you're inevitably, I think that by the end of August, you should be going to like 24 to 29 cents, 30 cents, right? And we know that Swiftcoin has that capability because, first off, past performance, but also Swiftcoin here, very low market cap at $100 million. Very, very low market cap. There's nobody wanting to sell here. There's probably only buyers left. You're consolidating right above your prior resistance points. This is the primary target zone, so absolutely I do expect that you will stop here. But at a bare minimum, by August, you should be at 14 cents. That's my expectation, but likely you will be probably above 20 cents, if not something between there and 30 cents. I got nothing else for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Thank you all for being here. And again, just to validate that I'm not just making this up, right? From a high to a low, we went above the 2272. Does that mean we have to do it here? No, but we went above the 2272. From a high to low here, we went right just against the 2272. Does that mean we have to do it here? No, that doesn't mean we have to, but that's what we've done before. We take a high to low here. The 1618 is right here. The 2272 is all the way at 48 cents. I mean, I might not be bullish enough calling for 29 to 34 cents. You know what I mean? So absolutely, I do believe we would at least get here. I wouldn't be surprised if we found some resistance here in July, right, in this area, but we're working our way up to this area, if not higher. And I've said this before, I wouldn't be surprised if Swiftcoin outperformed Onyx Coin on this next leg up. I really wouldn't be surprised at all. But that's all I got. Take care, guys. We'll see you on the next one. Hit the like button, subscribe. Bye-bye. Happy 4th.